Rishi Sunak will lobby Joe Biden this week to make a Brit the next head of NATO after the UK led the world on arming Ukraine. Defense Secretary Ben Wallace's campaign to be the next boss of the Western Alliance will step up a gear at the PM's talks with the US President. Wallace would be the first Brit as NATO Secretary-General in 2 decades, with Mr. Sunak promoting his pitch at the White House. The PM's visit to Washington, D.C. will also see discussion on regulating artificial intelligence and drumming up inward investment to the UK. But talks on a U.S. trade deal before next year's general election have been shelved. The PM could also be honored by throwing the opening baseball pitch at a Washington Nationals game on Wednesday evening. The match will reflect the UK-US friendship, with both national anthems played by the Royal Marine Corps of Drums and their US counterparts. There are also plans for a joint flypast over the ball game. Number 10 sources insist the cricket-mad PM has yet to practice his throw for the big pressure moment broadcast to millions of Americans. Earlier this week, Sunak praised Wallace, defining him a great defense secretary, who does a fantastic job. Sunak was also making the case for Wallace with other world leaders on the margins of the G7 meeting in Hiroshima in May. Wallace has previously admitted the NATO job would be one he would like. He is appreciated as a thoughtful player in foreign politics in the US, especially because he was so instrumental in pushing and maintaining support for Ukraine among Western allies. But competition is fierce. Denmark's Prime Minister Mette Frederiksen is the other major contender for the post of NATO Secretary-General. She would be the first female head of the military alliance. She will also be meeting Biden next Monday, most likely to convince him of how well she could do in the role. Another touted candidate is Lithuanian Prime Minister Ingrida Šimonytė. Yet it's unclear whether all NATO members would feel comfortable giving the position to a candidate from a state bordering Russia. They might consider it too provocative, after the admission of Finland into the alliance and the potential future admission of Sweden. The job is incredibly prestigious in international politics. In practical terms, the Secretary-General is the top civil servant and the principal spokesperson for NATO. They chair all the major committees and are responsible for leading discussions and ensuring decisions are implemented. The last time a British politician became NATO Secretary-General was in 1999, when Labour MP George Robertson took the post. If Wallace wins, he would get the job for 4 years, which can be extended if all member states agree. Stoltenberg, former Prime Minister of Norway, extended his mandate 3 times before deciding to leave when his last term ends this year. Since he took the post in 2014, Stoltenberg guided the alliance through several international crises. The new Secretary-General will have to walk a fine line, maintaining the balance between support for Ukraine and possibly increased military aid, and not directly intervening in Russia's war. It won't be an easy job, whoever ends up taking it.